Okay, so the scene starts off with Poseidon coming out the ocean and bro's huge, got Buddy over here in utter shock. But this ain't even the weirdest part of the scene. I just wanna know why Buddy is fishing so late and by the shore. Ain't even bring a lamp, even got Poseidon looking at him crazy. Brother, you can't see what's in the water. Poseidon then switches player builds to his 5'11" pure sharpshooter and pulls up to the top of the Empire State Building to meet up with Zeus. And Zeus starts to tell him that someone stolen his lightning bolt, accusing Poseidon's son. You dare accuse my son?
Nigga, fuck your baby!
And Zeus tells him that his son's got 2 weeks to give him back their lightning bolt, otherwise he's finna turn into Trump and goes back to Olympus. But we then cut to Percy, our main character, chilling underneath the water. He comes out and turns out he's been under there for a whole 7 minutes. Took the idea of we sharking this summer a bit too serious. Him and his best friend Grover then go to school, and bro really has that one Japanese haircut from like the 2010s. He ain't got a single lick of Japanese blood in him, he just doing this to attract the APGs. But I don't even blame him for real, I've been trying to do the same thing myself. School then finishes, he goes home and his stepdad pulls up telling his mom to grab him a beer from the fridge. Bear in mind, he walked past the fridge on his way in. He must have watched some film when African parents tell you to pass them the remote. Gang is 2 feet away from you. Got Percy over here tweaking, talking about some, I'm sorry but you're a bum. Gabe had to check him real quick and leaves. We then fast forward to Percy and Grover on a school trip, and why is he looking at me, my nigga? Bro, back up, I just know that breath is hot. Mr. Bruno then asks him for the name of one of the demigods, and Percy's dyslexia changes the words from ancient Greek to English for him. Got his very own Jarvis in his head. Soon enough, he gonna be talking about some Jarvis, make it jerk a little. Percy's teacher then tells him that they need to talk, taking him to a private room. He turns around and she's already gone, appearing back up on the scaffolding with some bass in her voice. I see red flags, I ain't gonna lie.
Shit looks like a nigga! Looks like a nigga!
But turns out I was completely wrong, it was much worse. She gon' transform into a whole monster flying at Percy, telling bro to give her the lightning bolt, and damn, she's chopped. Don't get fooled, man, this the true colors of that one light skin you tryna mess with. I'm telling you, get out of there while you can. She then picks up Percy asking for the lightning bolt, and he's over here confused. I don't know you, Nick. Just for Grover and Mr. Bruno to pull up, saying that she better put him down, otherwise they about to smoke her. And she don't want none of the smoke, put Percy down and dips out. Got Percy over here in straight disbelief, saying that he needs to get off the perks, go have the yeet build if he keeps this up. But Mr. Bruno and Grover don't seem to be phased at all, just asking Percy what it wanted. He tells him that it was asking for a lightning bolt, and they start to have a discussion amongst themselves, saying that they need to get Percy out of here and take him to the camp, speaking like he's not even there. Go have Percy like calling himself the popular loner that half the kids in school swear they are. Shut up, bitch. Mr. Bruno then gives Percy a pen, saying that it's a powerful weapon, and Grover takes Percy dipping out to go get Percy's mum. And Grover starts to tell him that he's his protector. Got Percy confused, he's in crutches and he's broke. But apparently these crutches are for show, he's really like that. They then pull up on his mum, and Gabe over here is talking crazy, trying to square up to Percy again. Crutch to the toes, gonna have him looking like the average NBA player and hit to the nuts. Friends ain't even tried to back him, just sat there and watched their boy get smoked. So Percy, his mum and Grover then leave, hopping in the V, taking Percy to camp, and as they're driving, out of nowhere, a cow gon' fly in front of the car. Sally weaves it, but the car ends up flipping over, and Grover gon' make the worst joke I've ever heard.
Is it me or is it raining cows?
Percy then looks outside to see something charging through the field, and Grover's over here taking his pants off. This is not the appropriate time for that, gang. Even got Percy tweaking, he ain't trying to see all that before whatever comes turns him into an urban legend. But turns out the reason he's taking off his pants is cause he's half LeBron, kicking and breaking the glass, allowing everyone to get out. They hit the dash, jumping the fence, and Sally ain't got them attributes for real. She's a white woman in her 40s, ain't never had to run away from the police in her life. The Minotaur then throws their car at them and misses, just wasted a bunch of Sally's hard-earned money. They continue running, end up making it to Camp Half-Blood, but Sally can't go through, she's a normal human. And the Minotaur gon' hit us with a jump scare, grabbing Sally. Loki made me jump out my seat, I can't even lie. Percy runs out, Grover tells him to use the pen, and turns out it's a whole sword. But the Minotaur gon' disintegrate Percy's mum out of nowhere, turned her into straight nothingness. The Minotaur must have already told her before, if you step into New York, you will be neutralized. He charges in, slice, weave, and he's just out there doing 0 damage, but hit so hard he hit the Yamcha pose on the tree. He even looks back up to see the Minotaur charging straight at him, dodges it, and I just wanna know, what has Grover been doing for the last 30 seconds he's been fighting? He now gon' pull up, he's been sitting there watching from the sidelines like this is a movie. Bro, you're my protector, protect me. The Minotaur then gets stuck, manages to pull itself out but ends up breaking his horn in the process. So Percy goes to grab it, pulls it out like he's pulling out Excalibur and stabs the Minotaur in the chest with it, winning the fight, but ends up fainting. Adrenaline finally wore off. So we then fast forward to him waking up in the camp, and why is Grover trying to flex his fear? Gang, this is not tough. It's Balenci though. Percy then remembers that his mom is gone and bro don't even shed a single tear. Makes a sad face and continues with his day like it's nothing. Even told Grover that it's cool. I'm starting to doubt that he even cared in the first place. And turns out the reason that Grover didn't do anything last night is cause he's only a junior protector. He don't even have his horns yet. To put this into simpler terms, this nigga is trash. Grover then gives him a tour of Camp Half-Blood, got Buddy over here training to hit the most useless backflip, and starts to tell Percy that he's a demigod and this place is a camp for them. They then pull up to the battlegrounds and bro immediately peeps the finest girl on camp, Annabeth. Apparently she's not only the finest girl on camp but the coldest as well. Got Buddy going outside, he don't even get a chance to swing. They then pull up on Mr. Brunner and he's a whole centaur. The wheelchair was just a cover up. I don't know how he fell horse's ass under there, but we digress. They start walking with Chiron and Grover peeps the fine shits of the camp and without hesitation immediately runs over, even hits the victory jump. That runs starving. Chiron then shows Percy his new crib that his dad built for him. Lucky he wasn't there for the building part, would have been asked for 5 minutes of his time, ended up spending 9 hours of hard labor helping him. And after seeing the stuff, Percy realizes that his father was Poseidon, and Chiron tells him that purely because of his blood, Poseidon's brothers Hades and Zeus are threatened by him, which is why his mother married Gabe, his older master smell of his demigod blood from his uncles trying to murk him. So basically what he's trying to say is that Buddy smelled so bad he was able to cover the smell of his blood with his odor. Just how bad do you have to smell? Black Boy Max and Speed got competition. I just know he ain't participating in that ice bucket challenge, didn't want to end his no showering streak. Chiron then tells Percy that Zeus, Hades and practically every monster on the planet thinks that he's a lightning thief, so he gon' have to take him up to Olympus so he can show Zeus that he didn't steal the lightning bolt. Otherwise they about to turn the world into their battle royale map, and I'm not even talking about the good one like season 4. I'm talking about whatever they got going on now. Fall off is kinda crazy. But Chiron says before they make the journey, Percy gon' have to train. He slaps on his armor and the training for today is capture the flag. Luke over here takes Percy onto his team, and bro, Deadass just looks like another variant of Tfue. We decided not to terrorize kids all day. Anyway, so the match starts and they instantly get to squabbling. Buddy got hit with the shoulder check of doom, made him do a whole flip. What the is this nigga doing? Luke then tells Percy to come with him, he knows where the flag is at, and bro's really running around with no shield. No one even tried to tell bro to grab one, that's just L-Mans. It's obvious he has no clue what he's doing. An enemy then pulls up on them while they're running, weave, and Luke is over here taking on a 2v1 while Percy is hitting the dash. But someone else then pulls up on him, he falls, dodges the down sick, Buddy's sword gets stuck on the tree, allowing Percy to two for him in the chest. And like I said before, guys are just training to do useless flips, just flipping for the sake of it. But to be honest, if I learn how to hit a front or back flip, I'm spamming it like crazy, it don't matter where I'm at. So now it's like a 5v2 when Percy and Luke are back to back. Luke says go and they instantly start frying. I can't lie, I have no idea what's happening happening, but I just know they were cooking. Luke then tells Percy to go look for the flag. He leaves and bro's a bit too geeked. He's tripping himself up. He pulls up to a lake, go to take a sip of some random water, about to give himself every disease known to mankind, but looks up to see the flag right in front of him. He crosses the lake, touches the flag, but Annabeth gon' pull up out of nowhere. She was chilling in that tree for mad long, had it all planned out. In her head, she thought this was gonna be so tough. She then starts to flex her bloodline for no reason, saying that her mom is the goddess of wisdom and battle strategy, meaning that she always wins. Gang, no one asked. She cuts him in the hand, then the face. Everyone pulls up to watch and she just doing bro dusty. He loses aura points by the second. Guy said the son of Poseidon was coming, thought he was gonna be tough. Gosh damn, sorry ass. He gets kicked down, whole red team starts to celebrate, and the blue team, his own team, is just standing there watching their teammate get cooked. Bro, help me! But Percy starts to hear a voice in his head telling him to go to the water, it will give him power. He crawls over, using the same technique Kaisenat mastered, touches it with his hand and it starts to heal him, going all the way up his body, healing all his wounds. And this right here has bro feeling different. First guy come, clash, elbow to the face. Next, clash, grab hand, elbow to the shoulder, got bro hitting the cleanest dab. Sweep, block, sweep again. Got Chiron over here talking about some, ooh, these young niggas got my dick hard. And now it's time to run back the ones with Annabeth. She pushes the sword out the way and they start squabbling. Grab arm, push away, goes to take off his head but he weaves, block, grab her sword, spin, and that's game over. You have no idea how good Percy Jackson was. Oh my gosh. I can tell she's low-key geeking right now. No one's ever beat her before.
I always win.
He then gives her back her sword, walks away showing off his sword skills, had to get the aura back, and walks over to the flag with everyone moving out the way. After seeing that, they don't want no smoke. He picks up the flag and the blue team officially win the match. And just like that, he became the popular kid in one night. I just know someone's mad. They've been trying to do something to make them cool for the last 3.5 years. Percy did it in 1 week. Even got the snow bunnies inviting him to a party. And that brother Grover fell for the snow bunny mind control under zero pressure. Annabeth pulls up and he's trying to follow them, saying that he's available. Don't beg, it's disgusting. So Percy and Annabeth walk off with drinks and he just starts getting rizzy instantly. Apparently their parents hate each other, so she has very strong feelings for him. She just don't know if they're positive or negative yet.
You let me know. You figure it out.
Sensational. And to end it off with the stare into her eyes, he learned that move from me. I remember hitting that same move on a girl at my school, worked like a charm, then I went back to teaching. And as he's getting rizzy, you know someone has to dirty Mac. The fireplace explodes and out of it comes Hades, saying that he's looking for Percy. Just started destroying everything in the camp, telling him to bring the boat in exchange for his mother. Turns out she's still alive. The Minotaur just teleported her to his crib. Percy pulls up on him and Hades tells him that he better bring the boat, otherwise his mom is cooked, and disappears. And now that I'm thinking about this, is this place even safe? Either they have the world's worst security or someone's backdooring them. Cause if Hades can pull up whenever he wants, what's the point in the barrier? Percy then tells Chiron that he needs to go get her back, but he just tells him to stick to the plan. Hades will just murk him if he goes there and he doesn't have the boat. Percy agrees cap, cause later that night he goes to sneak out to get his mom, but Grover and Annabeth pull up on him to join him. Grover because he's his protector, and Annabeth because she wants to go on a real quest. She ain't never been outside these walls, she thinking they got flying cars by now. Whole time it's just guys using AI to make brain rot TikToks. Bro, what even is this? But the squad has no idea how to get to Hades' crib, so they pull up on Luke cause his dad's been there hella times. And he gives them 3 items, some flying shoes, a map to Persephone's pearls. She was forced to be Hades' wife and was in prison there, and she hates it, so she hid a bunch of pearls around the world to allow the sneaky links to get out the crib without being seen. And wait a minute, why does Luke have this map? Buddy's been getting busy with Hades' wife. Look at the smirk on his face, he knows what he's done. And the last item is his favorite shield. So there are 3 pearls right now in the USA, and once they find the first one, the next one will appear on the map, and so on and so forth. We then fast forward and the squad take a bus to their first location, a plant store in New Jersey. I'm surprised they didn't see Chief Keef with a bazooka. Medusa. They enter the store and it's completely abandoned. Grover really thought they still had fresh cans of coke in there. It was just Cass and Nat hosting a party. They pull up to a fountain, find a bunch of coins in the currency and immediately pocket it. Gotta get the money up somehow. They then split up to look for the pearl and a random lady pulls up on Annabeth saying that she's coming, and Grover peeps a statue that looks exactly like his uncle Ferdinand. Whoever built this even got the mole in the right place. They should have hired whoever did this to do the Ronaldo and D Wade one. I don't know what the hell Emmanuel was thinking. He must have tried to build this with his eyes closed. There's no way he looked at a single picture of Ronaldo and built these. But Grover then puts the dots together cause his uncle was killed by Medusa. Instantly starts running around shouting Percy's name saying that they gotta go. They crash into each other. Grover tells him that this is Medusa's lair, and after hearing this I would have been out. Annabeth is bad and all but not bad enough. I'm gone. So they start running around trying to find Annabeth, but it's already too late. Her and this random lady already bumped into Medusa. And to make matters worse, she has a vendetta against Annabeth cause her mum is the reason she looks like this. She used to be the baddest girl on the block. Some would even say the school bob, but after this situation guys wouldn't even look at her anymore. Annabeth and this lady close their eyes, and this is what I mean when I say white people are just the easiest lick for horror movie villains. She gonna uncover her eyes and open them, looking at her for no reason, turning to stone in an instant. What do you gain from that? Now Annabeth's arm is stuck in your hand. You idiot. You're honestly an idiot. Percy and Grover then pull up. Grover says he's gonna get Annabeth and Percy's gonna take care of Medusa. He tells Annabeth not to open, getting Medusa's attention, and hits the dash while looking at her through the reflection on his phone. She's over here mad as hell. Bro, be glad at least it's not the phone camera. Would have made her look 10 times more chopped for no reason. I'm looking at myself in the mirror at 3 AM thinking I'm that guy. Pull out the phone, I look like these.
Come on, man.
Medusa then drops the statues on him. He drops the phone and the sword and she kicks it away trying to get him to look at her. But Annabeth and Grover gon' pull up in the truck out of nowhere, hitting a statue into her. Damn, I know that her. She gets up, grabs the phone and sees in the reflection Percy pulling up. And in one slice he chops her whole head off. Come on man, that's too easy. And he's not even fazed by this. Hit the sword swing again and cleans the sword. Demigod powers going feeling nice. He doing stuff he ain't never done in his life. Ain't never touched the sword but turns into Zoro on the first day. The squad then pick up Medusa's head saying they can use it later cause it still works, and Percy finds the first pearl inside her bracelet. They hit the road and the map shows the next pearl is in Nashville. Go see 100 guys rocking the same car. They be sitting down in the seat. Tell the barber, yeah, just mess my shit up gang. So they drive over to the museum in Nashville, and this might be the easiest find of their lives. It was on the crown of the statue's head, but the whole place is packed with a bunch of tourists, so they decide to hide in the toilets, coming back when the place is closed. This like them YouTube hiding in stores videos. Can't believe I actually used to believe them. That boy Rice Gum shipped himself to a different country, and like an idiot I was sitting on the edge of my seat hoping bro didn't get caught. And now that I'm older I finally realized, bro, we were the method. They was really faking every prank known to man. Rice Gum's playing Fortnite with Alyssa Violet. Bro, why does she have 20 shirts on? That's why I mess with Phaser Dab. No matter what you accuse him of, he never faked a trick shot. Anyways, they try pull up on the statue, but the janitors are still in there cleaning the place. So Annabeth gon' pull out a crossbow, shooting them all with it. Even made Buddy fall off a ladder. Apparently they ain't dead, just unconscious for 30 minutes. I don't know about Buddy here, he about 60 falling off a ladder. Yeah, he might just be cooked. Even Percy knows Buddy's done for, but he puts on his flying shoes and runs up to it, flying up, almost grabbing the pearl but falls down, grabbing onto the statue's milkers. But he manages to hold on, climbs back up and breaks off the crown with the pearl in it, flying back down and taking out the pearl. So basically he just destroyed part of the statue for no reason. Could have just taken the pearl out at the top, committing crimes for the sake of it. The squad then start to celebrate, but the janitors done already woken up. Grover tries to pretend like he's their boss, catching them sleeping on the job, but these ain't no regular janitors. Buddy over here gon' breathe fire. I'm just thinking there's no way his breath is that hot, just for them to merge together, turning into a giant Hydra. Squad immediately hit the jets, hiding behind some pillars. Percy's arm catches on fire, and while shaking it off, he accidentally throws the pearl away, with it almost falling into a drain. PTSD is crazy. The amount of times I drop my Nerf gun bullets down there is insane. But Percy then pulls out the shield and the sword, flies up and starts to cook the dragon. Look, gimme your neck, pause, and takes the rest of their heads, killing the Hydra. And he comes down celebrating, talking about some "We did it!" But Annabeth tells them when you cut off the head of a Hydra, 2 more come back, and the Hydra comes back to life with now 10 heads shooting fire at the squad. Annabeth pulls up on it looking like Hawkeye, shooting it in the eyes, turning bro into Fetty Wap. Percy goes to grab the pole but has to turn around, blocking the flames, almost burning his hand. Brody done hit the screen from Home Alone, and the Hydra's been watching too much Jurassic Park, could have been taking him out, bro, you're just trolling. But Percy peeps the water fountain and starts to hit the 11. I'm crying, he about to start screaming at it. We'll have the Hydra laughing in his face as well, but he manages to use his powers to blast it open and creates a massive giant wall, pushing the Hydra back and grabs the pole. They hit the dash pulling up to the doors, but it's locked. There's no way out of this one. And after doing absolutely nothing this whole fight, Grover finally decides to lock in, pulling out the Medusa head and pulling up his glasses right before he gets turned into some fresh curry goat, turning the Hydra to stone just in time. He gonna start celebrating like he's that guy, was chilling behind the pillar the whole fight. Gang, you suck. The squad then go get some good eats and peep that their next location is in Las Vegas in a casino. About to see 20 guys crashing out. They just bet their whole house and son's college tuition on Dylan Brooks not going to China. Top 5 dumbest decisions. So they pull up to Vegas and Grover's over here geeked. He ain't never seen this many tweakers in his life. They get into the casino and shorty back here is happy as hell. Must have bet her whole mortgage, got a whole $10 back. They start looking around and one of the waitresses gives them a lotus flower, their signature dish. They take a bite and instantly get high, even forgetting their mission. Dot Pack went crazy. When Flight said it was good, I didn't know he meant this good. Whole squad started doing their own thing. Got Grover looking like Michael Jackson. Only thing he's missing right now is the aura, and as of right now he ain't catching up anytime soon. Percy and Annabeth then get given some more eats, but right before he takes a bite, he hears that same voice in his head from earlier telling him not to eat the flower. It dulls his senses and keeps him trapped here. Sounds exactly like what these models are hitting the NBA players with. Gang, it can't be that good. They talking like these over the phone. Gang, where's your composure? So Percy puts down the flower, going to take a walk, and the waitresses are over here harassing bro, telling him to take a flower. He trying to get away, talking about some and pulls up on a random playing pinball based on a movie. Percy says he's seen it on DVD, got buddy confused. Hey, I don't know what DVD is, but this the best movie of the year, 1971. Percy immediately knew he was cooked with the voice in his head telling him to wake up to reality. And as he's walking around, he ends up randomly seeing the pearl in the black and white spinny thing. Don't gamble, I can't lie, I have no idea what this is called. Another waitress then asks him to take another lotus flower. He says no, and security gon' pull up asking if there's a problem. Percy says no and runs off with a quickness. New buddy was itching, he was just looking for a reason to crash out. So Percy pulls up on the rest of the squad, and Grover might actually be that guy. Not 1, not even 2, but 7? How greedy. This how guys swear they finna be when they get in the function, just to come out with a total of 0 numbers and 10 ills. And Percy's hating us, splashes some water on him, explaining what's going on. They finally wake up, but security's already caught onto them, chasing them as they try run away. They surround Grover and he finally puts them legs to work in a way that's not chasing snow bunnies. Horse kickback, weave, double hit, and a double crash to the chest. Percy then jumps onto a playing table. Someone just lost their whole stack of chips worth a mil. Umpire finna say they gotta restart now.
I hope your fucking PlayStation 5 explodes at 6:50 a.m. in the morning, bro, before you catch a school bus, bro.
He is a kickback, turns and bag to the head. He must have Shaq's 3-point percentage in there, cause body drops off the whole table. Percy then picks up the pearl we saw earlier, and the whole squad hop in the for show car and drive out the casino escaping. And as they're driving, Annabeth realizes that was the lair of the Lotus Eaters. They've been luring people in since the time Duke Dennis was born. The squad then peeped the date and realized that they've been in there for a whole 5 days. Done beat Diddy's freak off record by a whole day. So now their deadline for the 2 weeks is tomorrow at midnight. Got me feeling like I'm trying to do an assignment, left it last minute for no reason. The map then shows the way to Hades' crib is in Hollywood, and Grover just starts speeding, cutting up in between the traffic. They pull up after 3 hours of driving, and Percy peeps some writing in ancient Greek, says it out loud, and a door opens up in the mountain. They go through to see a random guy in a boat wearing a hoodie. He's in training right now to become one of them aura farmers at the front of the boat. I don't know why that job is needed, must get plus points for aura. The squad then say they need to see Hades, but he tells them they need to die and come back. He's just one of them NPCs for the game. every time they try to talk to him, he says the same thing. But you know, money speaks all languages. They show him the money they found in the fountain earlier. All aboard. He takes them towards practically the upside down, and they pull up to Hades. Can't even say crib, gotta say castle by the looks of it. They go inside just for a bunch of cupcakes to pull up on them. They go to attack, but Persephone pulls up, telling them to get back to their cages. And after seeing Grover, Persephone's over here geeked. She's all over his body, saying that she's never had a satyr before. But Grover gulping, he knows he can't handle all that. Hades then calls her, she shows them to him and tells them they are visitors. He turns around, and this is not what I was expecting. Buddy looks like he goes concerts where they talk about shooting blood from there. Even got Grover confused, so he shows his true form for them. He turns back and starts to tell Percy that he was banished here by Zeus and Poseidon, his brothers, and the only way he can get out is by using the boat to defeat both of them. But Percy tells him he doesn't have the boat, and Hades gonna start laughing in his face. Bro, why you here then? Brody really thought that Hades was gonna be a good guy and give him back his mum regardless. He pulls out his mum, saying that he's finna murk her. Percy runs over, dropping the shield, and we peep that the lightning bolt is inside the handle of the shield, which means that Luke is the lightning thief. He really had everyone fooled, me included. Percy was over here giving bros taps on the shoulder, not knowing he was trying to backdoor him. Used bro as the delivery man to get the bolt to Hades. Hades then peeps the bolt in the shield, walks over picking it up, and just look at this absolute gold digger. She's been hating on bro for the last century. Soon as he gets up, she's on his body like he's the man of her dreams, just for her eyes to be glued to the prize.
I love you.
Liar! You're with him. You brought him here to kill me.
The squad then realize that Luke set them up, but it's too late. Persephone opens up the gate behind them and the cupcakes pull up to push them in. Persephone starts to kiss up on Hades and takes the bolt from him. She done reversed the come get your phone back method, and then she gets her get back on him for imprisoning her here, hitting him with the lightning bolt. Sent Buddy flying. He ain't finna remember a single thing. First thing he about to do when he wakes up is rewatch AOT, straight peak. Persephone then closes the gates and tells Cupcakes to leave them alone. She's over here happy as hell looking at his knocked out body, got the whole squad confused, and she says a war with the gods would stop her from seeing her sneaky links, leaving her here alone with him forever, and she ain't trying to do all that. So she gives them the boat, and the squad then realize they only have 3 poles. How do you not think of this not one time in your 9 days of traveling? Granted, you were high for like 5 of them, but bro, if little Johnny has 3 apples and I add 1 to it, how many apples does he have now? 4. Grover then says that he's gonna stay cause he's the protector, got Persephone saying she gonna take good care of him. So Percy, his mom and Annabeth step on the pearls disappearing, and Persephone starts to call Grover over. You already know he about to go crazy. The squad then reappear at the Empire State Building, and Percy's mom says that door's the way to Olympus. Just for Luke to pull up on them, he trying to look cool flying down. It's like walking downhill, you can't. Luke then starts to explain that the reason he stole the lightning bolt is cause he wants a war to bring Olympus crumbling down. The gods are all selfish and they're all deadbeat parents, so he wants them to kill themselves during the war and make the demigods take over. And after this villain monologue, he wastes no time to squabble, charging at Percy. Weave, but he spins around mid-air, kicks him to the face, pulls out the sword, going to make this the quickest fight ever, but Percy blocks it with the lightning bolt, just to get hit with a 2-foot to the chest and drops it. Annabeth tries to run for the bolt, but Luke gets there first. She pulls out the blade trying to cut him down, but he's just sonic swaying everything until he gets sliced with 1 in the arm, 1 in the face, and a kick to the face as well. But with the bolt in his hands, he can already feel the power, shooting 3 lightning bolts at them and dips. So Percy goes to put on his flying compasses, same shoes Wilt dropped 80 on your favorite team with. And we then see Luke as he's standing on top of the Empire State Building, just watching over the city. Got the power music playing in the background. He reminiscing about that one 10/10 he fumbled, but Percy then pulls up on him, tackling him off the building. They start tussling in the air. Percy hits a spin slice and pushes him against the wall. Surprised the back of his shirt's not looking like something Balenci would make, but Luke then kicks him back, shoots lightning at him. Percy blocks it, lands on a building and starts blocking everything. I thought this weapon was meant to be the most powerful out there. It's getting blocked by a max, a rare level sword. Somebody's gotta be lying. Percy then flies off into a building, and I can't even lie, this scene is tough. This is something I'm expecting to see in a Superman movie. movie. I don't remember any of this from my first watch. But Percy then disappears and pulls back up on Luke, shoulder checking him through the wall, causing him to drop the bow. Percy catches it, tries to go back to the Empire State Building, but Luke's got his aiming attributes on 100. He looking like that one guy at the Olympics, throwing a knife and cutting one of the wings off Percy's shoes, sending him crashing down, landing on a building. Luke then lands after picking up the bow, and Percy's over here hitting the Miguel. The begging is insane, but the second Luke pulls out that phone, he finna turn into Mr. Tough Guy. Percy peeps the water tower next to him, breaks it open, but he doesn't stop there, breaking 3 more open with the water flowing together, surrounding the both of them. And when did Buddy get up there? Wasn't he right here 2 seconds ago, climbed up there purely to aura farm? Luke then goes into attack, and Percy throws all the water at him, causing him to electrocute himself. And just look at the scenes, the aura is crazy. And just to gain that little bit more, he disperses all the water, drops down and creates Poseidon's staff with the water. Oh my gosh, he knows his stuff. Luke then goes to attack again, and he gon' throw it straight at his neck, sending him across the city into the ocean. And did bro just eliminate him? I could have sworn there was a spike in the middle. Either he took it away or Percy's just stone cold. And turns out he done knocked him out of his shoes, so Percy uses them to get back on top of the Empire State Building since his one got creased. His mom then says he's got 2 minutes till midnight, hits the call to the elevator to Olympus, they jump in and teleport there. And now we know how he's gonna find Zeus in his massive city in 2 minutes, but they gonna have to use anime timing or something. We then cut to all the gods fighting. Zeus tells them to sit down and says it's almost time for him to smoke everyone. Surely gonna pull up talking about some "this isn't you." Shut your ass up. The clock then hits 12, but Percy pulls up just in time with the bow, and damn, I low-key forgot they were that big. Pause. Percy throws the bow to Zeus and it increases in size to fit his hand. Another pause. He then tells him that it wasn't him, Luke stole it. Got his dad appalled, about to pull up on him for the first time just to give him a whipping. Annabeth says hi to her mum, and Percy tells Zeus to bring Grover back from Hades' crib in exchange for the bow. Everyone then leaves. Poseidon pulls up on Percy, but he gon' turn around telling bro, "You're not my dad." But he switches player builds again, and they actually have a heart to heart with Percy forgiving him for leaving them. And this is practically the end of the movie, except from Grover showing him that he now has his horns and is no longer a junior protector, and starts telling him all the stuff he did with Persephone while he was there. So now that I've officially finished the movie, I can say that this is peak. Yes, was the acting bad at some times, and yes, was the movie rushed at the beginning, but that's the only bad bits I can say about it. For me, the rest was peak, and that last battle between Percy and Luke was amazing. I was standing about this close to the TV, geeking out. So I'ma have to rate this movie a cool 7.5. Give me better acting, and this could easily go up to an 8.5. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this vid. All glory to God, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.